Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at Crazy and Horrible Rabbit, Volume 1. This is a third-party, unauthorized, humorous expansion pack, which is, of course, aimed at Cards Against Humanity. It's an unofficial expansion of Cards Against Humanity. There's a lot of these out there, and as always, I gotta give the disclaimer, Cards Against Humanity and all of these generic subset ones can be very offensive to some people. So if you're easily offended or find certain topics offensive, it's probably going to be upsetting to you in some respect. There's a lot of vulgarity, a lot of swearing, a lot of dirty sex jokes. If that sort of thing offends you, stop watching this video now and don't ever buy these cards, because most of the time there is something incredibly offensive in here, and there's some language issues as well as situations and various pervy sex stuff. So be aware of that. If that offends you, stop watching and don't watch any of our Cards Against Humanity videos, because we are going to read the cards and go through them. And I'll try not to giggle. So with that in mind, let's see what's inside Crazy and Horrible Rabbit, Volume 1. It's a third-party, unofficial, humorous expansion pack. And humor is always subjective. Even people that don't think they're easily offended could be offended by stuff that's in these. There are a lot of these third-party ones, so Cards Against Humanity is not responsible for what these people put in. Let's see if it says who put this out. On the back it says, a third-party, unofficial expansion pack compatible with Cards Against Humanity. It includes 80 white cards and 32 black cards. Ages 17 and up, 4 to 20 players, time 30 to 90 minutes. And that's really all it says on there other than Volume 1. So let's get right into this and see what kind of shenanigans are in here. And my never-ending war against plastic cellophane. Alright, plastic sheeting is done. Alrighty. And instead of saying Cards Against Humanity, these say Crazy and Horrible Rabbit. This card's bent. That's not cool. So that's what the back of the card looks like. And then there's the black cards that are basically the same as the Cards Against Humanity ones. So let's start with the black cards this time, because I started with the white ones last time. And let's see what we've got here. Now, as always, there's a smaller deck of black cards, because these are the question cards and these are the response cards. So there's supposed to be 32 of these here. Let's see what they are and prepare yourself for offense. Blank, my body is ready. Next we have blank, evidence that this is the darkest timeline. This is a pick 2. It's all about blank dash no blank. Now with some of these you're going to notice with these third-party ones, like here there's a weird gap between the IT apostrophe and then the S. So it's just a printing thing, probably printed by people that don't speak English natively, because these were probably made in China. There are some Asian characters on the back of the box down here, which I'm assuming from the look of it is Chinese, maybe Korean. But so you will notice that, but it doesn't really affect gameplay. It's just an aesthetic thing, but I wanted to point it out because some people get really annoyed by that. But this whole pack is pretty cheap. It's less than 10 bucks. I think I paid $7 for this. So little minor problems like that may annoy you, but considering what you're paying for all these cards, probably tolerable. Alright, next we have, my therapist says I have an unhealthy attitude about blank. Blank, the struggle is real. Blank, it even makes its own gravy. I'm constantly confusing blank and blank. That didn't even say pick 2 on there, but you're supposed to pick 2. Thank you, Alex. I'll take blank for 800. Why is Jon Stewart really retiring? That's a little bit of a dated one. Blank Spice was one of the lesser known Spice Girls. Blank is many things to many people, and you will see and learn. Could a brother get a blank up in this bitch? What really brings out the child in me? Code 3, request backup. I'm surrounded by blank. Turned down for what? Yo, bro, you tried blank. Shit straight fire. Again, weird space between the apostrophe and the S. This is a pick 2. And behold, the 5th seal opened, and there was blank, and with it came blank. I never karaoke because I always end up getting drunk and singing a song about blank. Why do I need feminism? Forget 50 Shades of Grey, give me 50 Shades of blank. As a staunch libertarian, I believe the only role for government is blank, and they spelled is incorrectly. This is SI instead of IS. That's starting to annoy me. Instructions unclear. Dick stuck in blank. Here's a pick 2. Next on Adult Swim, The Adventures of Blank and Blank. You kids with your fancy degrees, they don't teach you nothing about blank in school. There's some weird quotation marks there for no good reason. I'm finally reading that book. It's titled Zen and the Art of Blank. Here's a pick 2. Baby, I'm blank on the streets, blank in the sheets. Whatever else whatever else may change, one thing is certain. You can't unfuck blank. Blank, wake up, sheeple! When I was young, the only thing that kept me off the streets was blank. Why so salty? Let it go, let it go. Blank never bothered me anyway. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Alright, so that's the black deck. Let's flip these over and start our white deck here. There's a lot of them here, so let's get right into it. There's 80 white cards. Or 80 space ITE cards if you look at the box. Alright, first one is Shenanigans. Next we have a Girl Child. Then Kinky Fuckery. Followed by Crushing Your Enemies, Seeing Them Driven Before You, and Hearing the Lamentations of Their Women. It's a quote from Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger if you've never seen it. In which case I feel sad for you. And there's a weird space in here where the comma should be over space instead. Poking It with a Stick. A Few Sharp Tugs. The Cockpocalypse. Stank Dick. And Amber Alert. Me Lucky Charms. A Bucket of Dicks. A Meat Tornado. The Difference Between Good Touch and Bad Touch. Area 69. Freedom. A Nice Boy Who Never Did Anyone Any Harm. The Sound of a Toddler's Skull Cracking Against the Pavement. Type 2 Diabetes. Crotch Fruit. A Bag of Pickled Socks. A Whole Baby. Book Learning. Your Bourgeoisie Morality. You Know Who. Bill Cosby's Chocolate Pudding Pop. Being judged not by the color of your skin but by the content of your character. Battle-tested period panties. Sitting alone in the dark listening to Drake. Doing the waffle stomp. Alzheimer's. A Shallow Grave. Wink wink nudge nudge. Bro Jobs. Hot singles in your area. A lemon stealing whore. A special snowflake. The wet spot. This motherfucker right here. Being raped to sleep by dick wolves. Iggy Azalea. Dick nipples. The third trimester. Skanky Smurf. These strange human urges. A bag of doorknobs. The Yellow Dick Road. The Scientific Method. Spelunking. A racist toddler. Tinder. Santorum everywhere. Getting white girl wasted. An asshole that tastes like vanilla ice cream. A pattern of defensive wounds. A miscarriage. A soggy biscuit. A sternly worded letter. Shit-filled raviolis. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Hillary Clinton's triumphant patriotic cock. Only traveling by rickshaw. Irony. One more fucking word. Being a size queen. Diamond-studded tampons. Quietly ovulating. It. Allahu Akbar. The poophole loophole. Dick butt. Going potty. Nutella. The muffled cries of an Asian baby girl. A tablespoon of thick custardy puss. Doggy style with a real doggy. Sharia law. Shub Nuggeroth the black go to the woods with 1,000 young. Being catfished. Mortal Kombat. And lastly, a turbo encabulator capable of pre-famulated amulets surrounded by a malleable logarithmic casing. Alright, that's a math nerd one that's a little beyond me. Anyway, that's the white deck. And that completes Crazy and Horrible Rabbit Volume 1. Aside from a few weird printing grammar things, looks like there's some pretty decent cards in there for Cards Against Humanity. Pretty big pile of ones that I think are kind of dumb and kind of lazy, but that's just me. It might be a useful addition to your game, give you some new stuff to work with if you're tired of the 8 million other cards that are out for this game. But it's an unofficial third-party expansion, so it gives you a fair number of extra cards to at least think about using, and it's pretty cheap. So this is Volume 1. I'm sure they'll come out with more if Cards Against Humanity continues to be popular. But that'll do it for Volume 1 of Crazy and Horrible Rabbit. As always, thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time on What's Inside.